me about to ruin our house.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the official kitchen renovation vlog. I'm sure this video has been a long time coming since the start of me filming it. Today is July 13th and today is like the first like official day that I'm filming. We actually started demo yesterday and started to film yesterday, and we're really excited. It's a big day, but we're also really nervous. If you guys haven't already seen, there should be a video on my channel that kind of outlines what the plan is for this entire renovation, which as I'm standing here, I have not yet filmed. But I think it'll be helpful to watch that first if you haven't seen it. It's kind of going to go over the different stages that we have planned for this renovation, as well as the vision board and kind of what we're going for a look. I'm not gonna like really talk too much to that in this video. I'm just gonna kind of show you what we're doing. So this is a big project. This is one that we have been planning for a while. And pretty much since the day we moved in, I have wanted to rip the kitchen apart, but we just have not had the funds to do it and we haven't had the time to do it. And so we just kind of ripped the Band-Aid off with this one and we're like, let's just go for it. So as I was saying, it's gonna be filmed over the course of several months. It's July right now, it's mid-July, and the goal is to have the renovation done by October timeframe because we need to be able to run our wood stove, and we don't want to be working in the kitchen when it is like a bazillion degrees in there. The wood stove really heats up the kitchen in the winter, and it's fine if you're just like meandering around the house, but if you're like working, that would just be not good. It's a little bit of a time crunch. It's a little pressure. We are also on a pretty solid budget for this renovation. It is supposed to be a budget renovation. We are doing it for a pretty low figure that I'm not going to talk about right now because I don't want to jinx myself. I feel like we can stay within it, but at the end I am going to talk about what we did end up spending on the renovation. If you are interested in that, there will be like facts and figures at the end, and I'll talk about anything we ran into that we had to spend more on, or maybe areas that we saved money. We are a DIY couple. If you guys have been watching me for any length of time, there are several videos on this channel showing different renovations we've done throughout the house. More so facelifts, I would say. We haven't done like a full gut anywhere. This is not a full gut. More just upgrading and improving our space and making it what we want it to be. And if you haven't been here before, hi, my name is Kaylee and I live with my husband Brandon and our son Teddy, a dog, 2 cats, and 3 chickens in Maine. And we bought a farmhouse back in 2021 and it was built in 1850. It's been loved by many owners, as we've discovered, and they've all put their little spin on the home. And so we are kind of working to get it to where we want it to be. We are very big into old homes. And so we're working to kind of get this back to the feel of an old New England farmhouse in its glory days. And we've been doing research on the house. It's just been so interesting and fun the past 3 years that we've lived here. So I'm very glad. That's my toddler. I am very happy to have you all here. If you're interested, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We do lifestyle and renovations and parenting stuff here. It's really fun. And I hope you all enjoy the next several months of filming that I am doing. And hopefully this isn't too long when it's done. Okay, here we go. So today is July 12th and it's a Friday and we are starting the renovation today. Official. I've already started doing the wallpaper, as you guys already saw, but today is the official demo, start of the demo day. It's a little nerve-wracking, so let me show you what we're doing. So this is the countertop as is, and it's going to basically move from this point over about 2 feet to accommodate a dishwasher that's going to go here. And this overhang is going to come off and just be like flush here, like there just won't be a bar here. And this is all going to be moved over to pretty much almost where the stairs are, and it'll open up this whole space, so it's going to be much bigger and open in here. And so Brandon is currently dismantling this section of cabinets to move it over. We have run into our first snag. So Brandon was cutting the counter apart and using his multi-master, which he has had for, I think you said like 8 years. It's his Milwaukee one, and she up and died on him. So that's great. So he's on his way to meet his dad to borrow his dad's multi-master, because we need that in order to cut the counter apart. He'd been working for like an hour and then it happened. So it's currently on the counter. It's cooling down. He thinks there's a possibility it might have just overheated, but it like isn't doing anything. Like, she gone. So we will see later on. Maybe it'll come back to life, but I don't think he's gonna use it for this part anymore because he's doing some pretty insane cutting, and his dad has one that's corded, so his dad thinks that would be better anyway, with just the amount of power that they're pulling to cut through this wood. First snag, solid. There's the subfloor. There's only 2 layers. Good. So this is the point where the cabinets are gonna come out to now. So Brandon just pulled up that section, and this is the linoleum that was underneath, and then there was like these pretty thick, like, what were those even made of? Particle board tiles?
Particle board.
You can kind of see on the side over here, like, how thick they were. Let's see if I can focus it on the side.
In the box.
Oh, they're over here. Okay. Yeah, so they were kind of beefy. I was thinking they were these, like, thin tiles. They're not. And over here is why we are doing this in the first place, is because this tile floor over here has been damaged by water from our old fridge. We've replaced the fridge now, but these are all warping, and we really need to fix them. So that's kind of what started this whole thing, is wanting to fix the floor. But if you want to do that, you know, we might as well do the other things we want to do as well, so we're not like ripping up the flooring later to move these cabinets over. So it's all a big chain reaction. Whoa! Big kitchen. So it's roughly where it's going to be. So this is the 2-foot gap for the dishwasher. And the dishwasher won't be most likely going in this video because we aren't going to buy one right off. We just wanted to have a space for one. But I am going to make something to obscure this so we don't just have like a hole here. But yeah, that is where that will go. And then everything else just move down. The bar edge is gone. Wow. Oh.
Bottom grade. That's how big the bottom is.
Oh boy. I think it's the size of this whole box. Woo! This is the front over here.
Oh wow.
With the grooves. Alright, so it's the 17th of July. It's been a couple days since the last video, but this is what our sink looks like. So the new sink arrived 2 days ago, or yesterday. Might have been yesterday. And it's beautiful, but it's huge, so of course we need to reconfigure this whole section. So Brandon took this faceplate off. Sorry, I'm holding a towel that goes here. There. Brandon took the faceplate off here, and basically the plan is to install the sink this weekend and then install the countertops afterward. So it's just kind of the easiest way we think to do it. Then trying to do it all in one weekend, we're worried about having enough time, and we obviously need a functioning sink. So under here he built these little side pieces, and there's going to be a platform for the sink to sit on. It's 94 pounds, so it needs some support. And then once it's in, it's gonna come down pretty far. It's pretty deep. And so these doors will have to be modified and then put back on, and there's gonna be some trim around the sink, but that's where we're at. I just wanted to show you, and we'll come back when it's different. Good morning and welcome to Chaos. So today's July 20th, and it is the weekend of the sink install. It's bright and early. It's 8:30. Brandon is working on turning off that water, which, as you can see, is not turned off right now. Let me show you the sink and the faucet. So this arrived this week. So we've got our sink from Deer Valley, which this brand's sold in a few different places. We got ours through Home Depot. They sell on Amazon, and it looks like they sell on Wayfair, through Lowe's. They kind of like, I think, kind of subcontract like places out to like ship through. But yeah, we got ours through Home Depot. And then this is the faucet. I don't want to move too much of these because Brandon's got it all set up. But this is our faucet. So it's like a black industrial looking faucet, which is not 100% like the vibe of the kitchen, but it's okay because I wanted something like really functional, and we looked at some antique faucets, and they were, or antique looking faucets I should say, and they were pretty, but there was a lot of worries with them. Basically, one of the main concerns with a lot of them was they were made over in Europe, and the fixtures were very different than what we're used to here. They weren't standard. It's still on. And so we were worried about installation being difficult. It's just not working, something like that. And they're also like quite expensive because there's a lot of like replica looking ones, and they were like double, triple the price of what we paid for this one. So at the end of the day, I decided, I think that water's picking up. At the end of the day, I decided I just wanted something that was functional and that wasn't gonna drive me crazy in the long run and be really hard to install. So, oh, he got it. It turned off. It's good. So I will show the sink in a little bit once it's out of its box and everything, but basically we went with a farmhouse like apron front sink. And initially I just wanted like a white basin sink. It didn't need the apron front, but then I realized that price-wise, they're very close to one another, and so I figure might as well get the look for the same price, right? I don't always love the apron front sinks because I feel like they've been very modernized, and like you see them in a lot of modern homes now, and of course we are going for like an old-timey feel, but at the end of the day, I think it's what's gonna look the best in here. But what's fun about the one we picked is it actually is reversible, so you can install it with the flat front, or you can install it with the other side, which has these ridges on it, and it gives it just like a little bit of character. I found ones online that had these beautiful like ornate fronts on them that had like florals and stuff, and they were stunning, but they were just not in the budget. So ridges are fine. Ridges keep us in the budget and give it just a little bit of character. It's a little bit different than what you see in a lot of like modern homes. So I will show that in a little bit though, once it's out of the box. Oh my. Oh my. Oh God, you got it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
There it is.
Woohoo! She's sitting on her spot. Brandon's about to center it. And then we have a temporary ledge, beautiful back here, temporary ledge here that the faucet's gonna be in for the week because we're not doing the new counters yet. So once those go in, obviously we will have the faucet in there. All right, faucet is in temporarily. Oh my goodness, it looks so nice. Even temporary. And it works, you said? I can show them?
No, there's no drain.
Oh. That would have been bad. Now there is a drain, so let me show you what it looks like. Faucet. So now it works. So in the back. Hooray! Just slide this down. So cool. This is like my dream. So when the counter is in, obviously this plate is this is all gonna come off. The counter will be up here, like where the blue is. So it'll be up higher. It'll come over the edge of the sink a little bit. Same on all of these sides. It'll kind of come over the edge. I didn't show this before. This came with the sink. It's like a grate for the bottom. And then the drain there's this color like that. And then it has a little basket in there. Maybe this is all like things you already know, but I've never had a drain like this. Mine have always been like the classic strainer and, you know, cap are all the same thing. I actually really like that this is separate. And then even under there's even more. So if something were to get through, it's so nice. Like, it just looks so good there. It looks so proportionate. I just love it. This ripped off backsplash is really just so hideous. Oh my goodness. And it's only 12:10 right now. So he started this at like 9 and he's already done the sink. So good. Oh, Brandon shortened the doors and he got the trim in. Aside from the side pieces, but that looks so good. Okay everyone, today is July 26th. It is a Friday and we are headed to Home Depot to pick up some stuff. And the plan is for tomorrow to be the first of 2 countertop days. So we've got to go and get some different, I don't even know, Brandon has a list, some different things to make that possible for these butcher block counters. And so that's the plan now. And then Brandon's also been clearing out some spots in the garage to do all the cutting and everything. So let's head to Home Depot. Look at that.
Pretty. Flowers.
All right, it's July 27th, Saturday, and it's countertop day 1. We've already had ourselves a morning. It's been very stressful. Just a lot of chaos happening, and everyone is kind of on edge because this is like a big deal that they are cutting the countertops today and only pretty much have one shot to get it right. So that's cool. I want to show you the counters that we picked out, and then we will get into the big show. It's very buggy. Sorry, I had like mosquito. Hi, Sophia. All right, so this is what we're working with. So it is this type of wood, Hevea. This is what it looks like. So pretty. It's definitely, you know, obviously a super light tone, which we like. And all this is getting is poly. We're not staining it. So it is going to be natural. And this type of wood, it is very budget friendly, we found, compared to some of the other options they had. It also is listed online as very workable, very easy to work with. It was the affordable option and gives us the look we want. We are polying them, so I wasn't super worried about that aspect of it, with quality wise, because they are getting, you know, protected with a poly. So this is the skinny piece. So this one is the like standard counter. And then underneath there are 2 39 by 6 foot island pieces. And those are gonna be the parts of the counter that have the Lazy Susans. So they are gonna have to do some kind of configuring with the way the counter is. It's kind of tricky. My father-in-law will be here soon to help Brandon out, and Brandon just ran to the store, so he'll be back. And then they'll get started on it, and let's hope I come back with good news that all is going well and that there wasn't something catastrophic. And hopefully this isn't foreshadowing. So, see you in a minute. I won't even lie right now. Today is just not my day. I want to talk quickly about one of the more frustrating parts of doing renovations when you have a baby or a toddler. I swear they go like out of their way to act up on the days where you have stuff going on. And unfortunately, a lot of caring for Teddy has fallen on me during these renovations because it's not stuff I can do yet, like cutting the counters, and that's all on Brandon. It feels kind of like I'm not involved in the project, even though like I am, and I'm gonna be in the future steps and stuff. Just right now I can't be as much. It also kind of feels like my weeks just kind of blend into my weekends because I just kind of hang out, take care of him all day while Brandon does all the things. And I very much appreciate him for that, but I miss the days of just being able to help him all day on a project. I just feel like I'm kind of a bystander right now. But anyway, the counters are going good. There's a few more steps still. They have to sand the edges because those are pretty raw. It's going well. It's going smooth so far. They're moving very slowly with it, which is good. And all the cuts have been right so far. There's been no problems. So crossing my fingers that that continues, and I will show you all when it's installed and done, because as of right now there's not really much happening. So actually, let me show you the next piece they're gonna cut. So this is one of the other big island pieces. So they already cut the first one, and you can see their lines. So if I'm looking at this right here is gonna be gone. And this is like the angle where the Lazy Susan is. And so this whole chunk on the end here is actually gonna get cut off, which is fine. So we'll have a little left over. So here are all of the puzzle pieces for the counter. It doesn't really look like that much in here. It's funny, because when you put it in, it looks like it's a lot of countertop. I mean, this piece alone is massive. That's huge. That's the island. Well, not the island, the peninsula. It's 8:30 on July 27th. It's still the 27th. And I am measuring cabinets because we're trying to get a jump on how much trim we're gonna need to add to the front of these so that they look more shaker. And I'm doing a lot of math. This is all of my math. Not my strong suit, but it's okay. Hopefully I get this right. Good morning from the playpen. There's Teddy back there. It's Sunday, July 28th, and we're in the middle of the Ironman competition right now. All the bikes are going by our house this morning, which is super cool, and that's why we're out here so early. But also Brandon is out here and he's working on the poly for the countertop. So he's polying the back right now. He finished the sanding before this, and the plan is that after that's done, we're going to then let that cure and then bring them in later on today, install them, and then poly the tops. See if I can get some of the cyclists going by. We put that little sign out there for them. Oh, there's one. There they go. It is time to bring the pieces in. So we've got this side clear, and then this piece needs to come off next, but our son is sleeping, so we're waiting for him to wake up. Yeah, just renovations with kids, guys. Gotta kind of work around them. And then this piece will come off too. So the initial plan was to do some pocket holes, screws, in the bottom of the counter at the seams to hold them together. Unfortunately, we have discovered that the way that our counters are laid out, where the 2x4s are that frame them are, they completely block where the seams are. And so in order to use pocket holes and screws and stuff, we would have had to have assembled this separately and then installed it here. And unfortunately, it's just Brandon and I today here to do this, so we don't have another person to help with these huge pieces. So we're on to plan B, which is brackets, and Brandon is doing his best to just put a bunch, and I think it'll be okay. Go. Like in the front?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. The back's a big gap.
Yeah, well, it was.
Yeah, yeah. But no, this looks good. It's like actually,
Yeah, this is pretty.
it's pretty good.
Getting those 3 pieces to line up and
Yeah.
look
No, what I
as
was
good as
saying
they did.
Was this what right here is like the perfect.
Yeah, well, these are 2. It's their cut edges.
Oh, that's why.
This is 2 factory cut edges, which I couldn't do everywhere. So.
We just had an earthquake.
Yeah.
What did I say? It was a 2.8.
2.8.
Thought there was an explosion, and apparently it was an earthquake, and we were like at the epicenter, so that's great. Hopefully we don't get another one.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need right now.
Do good work for cheap day.
I got that on camera. So it's 8:56 on the 28th, and the countertops are installed, and they have their seams all done. So there's a seam, and there's a couple seams over there.
Don't show those. Those look bad.
This is it with the poly, so as you can see, slightly darker than before, but really not like crazy dark, which is nice. We don't want them to be super dark. They are so pretty. I love them.
They do look nice.
So that's it for today. We're gonna sign off on here, not in real life, but on here, and come back when we are into the next step, which I think will be the cabinets. And those we're not gonna get underway with just yet. I think we're gonna take a couple of days. Brandon has some days off this week, and I think the plan is to kind of prep for the cabinets to happen this coming week, or start happening anyway. And we figured out all the trim for them and everything last night, so that'll be the next thing. So we will see you when we are at that point. Goodbye.